Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
You get to say hello as well.
Hi everybody.
Hey, guess what?
We're on the podcast.
We are on the podcast.
Is that what I was guessing?
That is, you guessed very well.
Hey.
Season 2,
Yay.
episode 33.
33.
And we actually have that down now, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like I act like we always just start, every week we're like, what? So this week I wrote it down. And going forward, I decided, it was like I had like this light bulb moment. I'm going to write it down. It was it was a lot, it was a lot to think about that.
Yeah.
So season 2, episode 33, and we've got Kellie with an I-E.
Ooh.
Yes.
Fancy.
So we've got Kellie with a Y, me. We also have a Kellie with an I here in our office, team manager. And now we have a Kellie with an IE here with branching out
Yeah.
and company.
Now we just need like an EY maybe?
I mean, yeah.
An EY.
We're getting there. We're getting there. But Kellie, we're so excited to have you.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm
Yes.
excited to be here.
Absolutely. All right. Well, first, let's have our little intro.
In the know in the 920.
Wow. And that should be the end of the intro.
That was wonderful.
We all really felt that, I think.
We're not having any kind of technical difficulties.
We're not having any
today.
technical difficulties today.
Fine. I always say we're realtors doing a podcast. We're not like professional podcasters. We're doing our best. We're doing our best. But anyways, Kellie, thank you so much. And these flowers that you've brought, again, are absolutely stunning. Like, for any of you that are listening to the podcast and not watching it, you should hop on to our YouTube channel. Again, it's just Kellie Davies Homes, and just check it out because you'll see the video, or on our Facebook page we have it. We always post the video too, and just check it out because these arrangements are incredible.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's something we like to do. We're a little bit different of a florist, I would say, especially for the area. Is we don't thrive on your traditional red roses and baby's breath.
And I love that.
Not knocking it. There is still a great crowd for that.
Sure.
But we definitely look at every arrangement as its own piece of art.
Yes.
No two arrangements are alike.
Yes.
We don't just like to bring in, your grocery store style flowers. We like to work with a little bit of the unique. We work with a lot of local floral farms as well.
Sure.
So a lot of what you actually see in there too is from 8 miles away from our shop. So our dahlias and everything are fresh. Shout out to Maples Acres, the best dahlias ever, and zinnias. So we love to work with local as well.
See, now, is she already saying words that you're like, yes, I've heard that word?
I know some of these
but-
words.
Right.
I was
think
thinking-
it's identify. Like, we should play that game at some point. Like, let's identify the flower.
Yeah.
You know what? I can identify the rose.
I was thinking it would be fun that we go through, for the audio listeners, the people that can't get this on video, and we describe how each of these arrangements look. So I was going to start with,
I love that. Let's go.
this one in the front has,
What do you got there, Nick?
there's a yellow rose.
Okay, yep, that's true.
There's some greenery, and then there's another yellow rose.
What kind of greenery?
It's definitely a leaf of some sort.
That is correct.
It's not a eucalyptus, as far as I can tell.
Yes. Yep. There is eucalyptus in there.
Yeah, because there's one over there, but the one that I'm looking at, it's pointy.
That would be an Israeli ruscus.
There we go.
Oh, that's what I was going to
course.
say.
Yeah.
You forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Duh.
And the other big leaves are salal. I mean, I know. It's just such common things that you would think you would remember, but I know.
Yeah. So anyways, we're not going to do that right now.
Yeah, right. Wait, are those hydrangeas?
There are hydrangeas, yep.
Yes.
And there are some crazy ones. The one, for those of you watching, the one closer over to Kellie over here, there are some interesting ones in there. There's leucodendron, that is the pointy big red guy that looks a little tropical.
That guy?
Yep, that tall one. That's really fun. And then that pretty burgundy purple one, that's called it's the worst name in my opinion for any of our flowers. It's called a scabiosa.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of...
Oh.
They're
It sounds like a
beautiful.
Harry Potter spell, though.
Yes.
Scabiosa.
Yes, there are many flowers that it's like, ooh, who came up with that name? That's a crazy
Right.
one. But Yes, we have amaranthus, carnations, zinnias, dahlias, all of the above. And
Stunning.
if you would have asked me when we took on branching out a year and a half ago that I would ever know this in my life, absolutely not. 'Cause
Really?
I would have been lucky to call out baby's breath. Yep.
Really?
This has all been
This is all within the last...
all within the last year and a half.
Oh my gosh, Kel.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You're going to learn when we talk about the plant world. There are quite a few puns, so no pun intended with this one. You learn through osmosis.
I love it.
You definitely
Oh.
you learn as you touch and you feel and you go. And as I probably annoyed the crap out of our lead floral designer, being like, "What is this? What is this? What is this?
Well,
what is this?"
You have to learn.
Yeah,
Oh my
it definitely.
gosh.
It definitely. I don't think anybody in the florist industry gets enough credit. When I even tried my first arrangement, I still have a photo of it, and it was awful. And I thought it looked so good, and I was like,
You're
"Oh,
like,
this is so much fun
yes.
playing with flowers." And no, you do not play with flowers. It is actually an
There's
art.
like an
It
art
is a
to it.
craft.
There's a process, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a craft.
Well, tell us. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So branching out started when?
So branching out has been around over 20 years. It was originally located downtown on College Avenue.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Okay.
A woman by the name of Barb had that. And then, she got to the point she was ready to transition it. So Casey, who was the previous owner, took it over and made it her baby. For quite a while, they were actually located on Casa Loma as well. And then the
Okay.
last few years before we took them over, they were right behind the bar on Lindale.
Okay.
And yeah, so they've been around.
Yeah.
Next, like, we're both like, oh yeah, the bar on Lindale. Shout out to the bar on Lindale.
You can get a
Got this.
get a blue moon and get a flower bouquet all at the same time. Why
Exactly,
not?
Right? Exactly.
Because of all the volleyball that I do.
of
Yeah.
course, from your volleyball leagues. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played as an adult.
Right. Okay, so
Try
that
to.
was the last couple of years you said, and then
Yeah, so it was last couple of years. And then the previous owner, Casey, and the owner of Van Zealand, Dave, previously did the Leadership Fox Cities program through the chamber. And so that is how they made their connection. And one day Casey reached out to Dave and said, "Hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm just ready to move on to my next thing. And
Sure.
you have a landscape company and you already deal with plants. So why not flowers?" So I just remember coming into office one day and Dave looked at me and said, "What do you know about branching out floral company?" And I went, "Oh my God, I love them. I love the tulips. I love that." Why?
yeah, you're like, wait.
Why? And met with Casey, absolutely fell in love with the business. The staff that she had as well was fantastic. But then really just knowing the floral and seeing it and seeing how unique and different it was,
Sure.
it really fit the vibe, if you will, of even how we are as a landscape company for the
Yeah.
area. So it just made sense. So
Sure.
we were absolutely crazy. We moved them in 1 week before Valentine's Day. We'll never do that again.
Oh yeah, that's
That sounds
the
terrible.
flower world.
That was a
That's
lot.
not the yeah.
And God bless them for trusting me, who knew absolutely nothing about floral, for taking that over and saying, "Hey, friends, we're just gonna make this happen and make this work, and we're still here and doing well." So,
That's
so
awesome.
I think it went well. So yeah,
Obviously, yes.
so now branching out, it is owned by Van Zealand. But we
Okay.
did keep it branching out floral company. We did retain the original staff. So the
Sure.
vibe, the aesthetic, the beauty of it, it's all the same.
Sure.
We may be adding on some different arrangements and some different classes and services, but
Sure.
really a lot of it is still
That's
still the
awesome.
same. The heart of it is still there.
That's so great. And so
Yeah.
now, where are you located now?
So it is actually plopped right in the middle of Van Zealand. So right inside
Okay.
of our retail building, we built out a custom area for branching out. So really,
Gotcha.
it's branching out with just right when you
You're
walk into the
branching
retail.
out.
We did branch out. Van
Right
Zealand branch out.
inside of Van Zealand.
See what I mean? Lots of puns.
Wait, I think we still have our applause. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The pre-recorded sounds are
love
still
that.
working today.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is really good to know because I mean, clearly I've heard and I'm sure ordered from branching out before, and I know super cool arrangements and all the things, but I didn't know where you currently were. So
Yeah,
this is
right
good.
inside of Van Zealand, which is great.
Okay, that's awesome. Very, very cool. Okay, and so that all happened, like you said, like within the last year and a half.
It would have been 2024, February of 2024.
Right,
We moved
right before
we moved them in.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're at about a year and a half. So
Wow, very cool. So, how did you get your start in do we want to talk about like going back even further in time? Because you were with Van Zeeland's, right?
Yeah, so so I'm still with Van Zeeland.
Yes.
So I do a mix of everything.
Yes.
I am involved in every department and area. I run our HR, community events, our community engagement. You name it, I'm doing it. Plus, I'm branching out.
I love that.
I don't sleep, but it's great. It's good for me.
It's got to be fun though, right? Because no day is the same.
No, and
right?
I have a phrase I've always had since even when I first started in my first career field, which was completely different, which we'll get to. But
Sure.
it's I create the circus I live in. So
I love that.
so that's something I've always just said to myself or taught myself
This
is
really applies to me as well.
I create the circus I live in. So when
is
I
so
have a
true.
really bad day, it was probably partially my doing, but most days are really good. And I genuinely love what I do. I love where I work. Our coworkers and our team are fantastic as well. And it's one of those things, if you don't enjoy what you do, why do it?
Right.
Right. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I create the circus.
I create the circus I live in.
That is so true.
Yep.
Like really, that is a good one. I'm going to use that one in the
Yep.
future because I'm literally like, wow, that really does apply to my life. Like a lot of the things, like I guess if we look around this building, it's not the whole building, but our side. It's kind of like, well, I guess this did start with me. So here we are. Like some days it's like weird when you think about it and you're like, oh yeah, I guess I did start that.
Yeah.
In my basement. Truly.
Sometimes your life is like a circus because it's intense.
That deserves an applause.
Wow. We're going to really just, yes.
I mean, if we're pulling out puns today.
I'm loving this.
Exactly. Okay, so what were you doing before this?
Yeah. So
Tell us everything. Where were you born? No.
I was technically born at Theta and may not know, but I've lived in the Fox Valley pretty much my entire life. Right out of high school, I think I was your typical high schooler that was like, do I want to spend that much money on college and not really know what I want to do?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So then I actually started at Buffalo Wild Wings. Started
it.
as a greeter. They're like, you're really loud and you seem you could be tech savvy. Let's put you on cashiering. And then they're like, oh, you can yell at the kitchen. This is great. Let's move you to the inside expo. Oh, we had a server call in sick. Do you want to try serving today? Sure.
Pretty soon they just had you doing all of them.
So actually, that's exactly what I did. And then one day I was bored. I'm like, I want to learn how the kitchen works. But by doing that, I didn't realize I certified myself to become a training manager. So I actually opened up my very first store opening for Buffalo Wild Wings was the Pewaukee, Wisconsin opening on the opening weekend of the Brewers. That was
Oh my gosh.
something.
You like to have things happen during
The
very
circus.
Yeah.
busy times.
Busy times, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I ended up actually then becoming a corporate trainer for Buffalo Wild Wings for many years.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it was
Good for
definitely
you.
an experience. Lots of travel, lots of new people, very
Sure.
high stress, intense situations. That's why I feel like I'm always in a good mood because I'm like nothing shocks me anymore.
Sure,
nothing
yeah.
shocks me.
Nothing phases her. I love that.
Nothing phases me. I got in the circus.
Yep.
If you're not the ringleader, it'll be
Yep.
disastrous.
Sure.
But some days I do feel like the lady that's swinging from her hair in there.
I love that. Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, and then I ended up moving to North Dakota
Okay.
for a little bit and worked for a Buffalo Wild Wings franchise group out there, and I was their franchise manager.
Okay.
And then I had children and couldn't work as many
Uh-huh.
hours, so I moved back to the Valley here to be around family.
Sure.
And then I ended up doing restaurant consulting, so I was a very nice version of John Taffer, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah, didn't swear as much. Okay, maybe a little, but didn't swear as much. But did a lot of things like that, and then also just helped other businesses get
Sure.
their start and get going.
Oh my gosh, I love
Yeah,
this.
really fun. And then just did some, I would say like some odd and ends things on the side too, just to try to figure out where I fit. And then when it came time to go to Van Zeeland, I saw this opening and it was actually for what they called an executive assistant.
Okay.
Dave will laugh when he sees this for his job. And my interview with him was about 4 hours long.
Really?
And, yep. It was
You
a very
guys
long
just,
one.
wow,
It just worked. And then after he hired me, I just remember walking out and being like, God bless you, good luck. He's like, what? I'm like, you'll know what that means soon. No, great
love
relationship,
that.
great place. I don't think he knew what he was getting when he
Sure.
hired me.
Sure.
I hope he's grateful for it.
I think he is.
And I just remember one of my very first things I did is I walked into his office. I got my bearings, and I walked in his office one day. I'm like, I need to borrow your credit card. And he's like, well, I'm like, just hear me out. I want to have this kids event with 300 kids here and have the Easter Bunny and have this. And he just looked at me like he went through a whirlwind. And
You did that.
I did that. Yep. So I said, I just need to borrow your credit card, and extravaganza just came to fruition one day when I was sitting at my desk. I planned the whole thing. And it was actually a joke in one of our speeches at our company party. I said, you know how Walt said it all started with a mouse? Well, for us, it all started with a bunny.
I love it.
So it was really fun. So that's how I got my start there. And then, kind of just worked side by side with Dave. And
Sure.
again, I'm infiltrated in every area of the business. And then when branching out came, I was like, I wasn't expecting it to be, but I'm so happy
Sure.
this is my baby.
That is so
this
cool.
is my baby. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How awesome. And this really just ties in too to not only like how cool branching out and Van Zeeland's and all of that is, but part of the reason I love this podcast is because I love talking about where people got their start, how they got started, how they've evolved into where they are today, because I know that it's quite a journey. So like you are the poster child of getting started in something, working really hard and just show, like, I love the self-starter, mentality, and just the fact, like, obviously when you were with Buffalo Wild Wings, they picked up on that. They're like, she's good, right? And then they had you in all these different spots, and look at you now.
So I'm
right.
Yeah.
And also the tie-in with the podcast. So, we do our weekend events every week. I'm like 98% certain we talked about
We
that.
did. I know we did. It was one of
Easter
our
event.
weekend events
Yeah.
that every week we cover.
And we were like, wow, this is a lot of stuff that
cover
they're
weekend
doing.
events. And yeah, we
love
were like,
that.
whoa, Van Zeeland's is...
Yeah.
Yes. So she's the brainchild.
So I do all of our events. So they are all sourced, created, implemented. I am, God bless our nursery staff, and I could not do it without the support of that staff for sure.
Dang.
The ideas, everything. That's me. It's one day I just think I'm a single mom, and I had my kids when I was in my early 20s, and we all know life is expensive and the world is different and difficult now. And so one day I was just sitting there and I was thinking, okay, I have 2 kids and it costs me $100 to go to Urban Air, and it, even a day at Bay Beach, which is one of the most inexpensive things. When you've done it a few times, your kids grow out of it. You're always looking for something else. And I just kept thinking, what could we do that's inclusive of everybody, that is cost affordable? So when these events come to fruition, there really isn't a profit by any means. It covers our labor and our supplies. Van Zeeland especially we've been so blessed to be able to start to give back more. I mean, we always do donations and honor the best we can, but something else we like to do is we're a very community-focused company, and that's something very near and dear to my heart. So we do these events that are a paid event that we keep at the lowest cost possible, and then also throughout the summer now I do a free children's craft day. So
that's cool.
And I should rephrase. I did market it as children's. Now this year I'm just making it more family inclusive, and we've actually had some assisted living homes bring buses of some of their elderly members over to do our crafts.
Love that.
I died. I love that. It was so cute.
That.
But we do that, and it's free. Every Wednesday throughout the summer, there's a different craft, and we do free things, and we've done free community cookouts and things like that. So, as our company keeps evolving and growing, those are definitely, services and things we really want to keep in the community.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Aw, good job, Kellie.
Thanks.
She needs a raise, Dave.
You heard that here, and that was not scripted, Dave.
Not at all.
That was not.
All right. Well, this is fantastic. So tell us some more about branching out and just these beautiful flowers and some of the things that branching out does. Do you guys do like a lot of weddings? Do you do? Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, so we do everything. So I like to say we're there for every moment in your life. So,
Love
whether that starts for you're a baby and somebody gets flowers for a newborn, to buying your first home, to prom. Right now we're in the middle of homecoming season. So we do homecoming.
Yes.
The posies are a thing. So posies now, we all love the corsages and boutonnieres. Now it's these cute little handheld arrangements called a posy.
Okay,
That
I was
is
just
the
going to
thing.
say, now listen, that I've heard here first, and I hope a lot of you have heard here first, because I always am like, even today, this morning, I saw a mom post on it's Kimberly's homecoming this week, and I'm Kimberly, and one of the moms was like, "Where do I get those handheld bouquets?" So they're called a posy,
Posy.
like Posy.
S-Y. Yes, ma'am.
Posy. This is
Posy.
so good
Yeah.
to know.
I was recently informed that corsages are like for old people. So
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are out, Nick.
And now the new thing, instead of a boutonniere, is depending on your jacket or your shirt, it's called a pocket garden. So we build.
Excuse
I wish I
me.
had
a
one. We could have
pocket
given you one.
garden.
Yeah. So we build it on.
wow.
We build it on a little card, and then
Okay.
for the gentleman, you literally just pop it in, and it gives the illusion of flowers going across the pocket. So instead of
really cool.
so there's no pins, there's
Wow.
nothing. Ours, and I don't know if I'm spilling a company's secret. So if other florists in the area take it, it's okay. We love our competition, but we build it on a baseball card holder.
Oh.
A baseball card holder, because then we can put a little bit of water in there.
Sure.
And then we keep the stems, and we just have this cute little thing that goes across your pocket. You just drop it in and never have to worry about it.
And the thing is, I have a box of 100 of those in my house.
There you go.
Shove some flowers in there.
This is so cool.
Nick, we're always hiring.
Right? Yeah. Wait a minute. Nick's like, I'm here to announce my 2-week resignation.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is so cool. We just learned something truly posy. Because
Posy.
I feel like that's what all the pictures I see, all the girls, they've got their little posies.
They're just the little handheld bouquets. I don't know what
So
they do with them
cute.
all day. I mean, they're cute for flowers. But I'm like,
Well,
where
right,
do you
but
put
then
them?
exactly.
But they're super cute. And even this year for corsages, instead of doing them on the little wristband, we actually have them on snap bracelets.
Ooh.
They're
I
more
love
comfortable.
that.
They're more fun. They're just a little more trendy. And the corsages back in the day were these big, thick things that just hung out on your wrist. We redesign ours. Ours are a lot more dainty and light and spriggy and organic. So that's something too we like to do. It's a little different. We do, and it's again through life. So then you think, what comes after that? Well, then you have graduations. We do graduation flowers. We do weddings, we do funerals, we do corporate events, special events, you name it. It's very rare we say no.
Sure.
Sometimes I wish we did. The one thing about being a florist you would never in your life guess is how much MacGyvering, and I know and it's so funny because some of our girls that are very young that work there, I say MacGyver and I see them nod their head and I'm like,
they're
you have no idea who I'm talking about.
That happens to me daily in this office because everyone else here is like much, much, much younger than me, and I say things and they're like, no.
Like, okay, crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, lady, but we do some cool things. So pretty much if you come to us and you say, hey, my daughter's getting married, I want to have a bridal shower in my house. It's Bridgerton themed. I want flowers here, flowers there. You give us colors and put trust in us and let us do it.
Run with it.
That day I
See,
showed
love
up
that.
and this customer had this stunning home and she had these 2 chandeliers and I brought live willow tree branches and weaved them through her chandeliers and cascaded flowers all the way down above her dining room table. It was beautiful.
So
And I
cool.
felt- and I felt-
Nick's like, whoa.
It was so cool. And I felt so awful running on this poor lady's table in my bare feet, just like running around sticking flowers on. And she just was watching me like a hawk too. So I'm like, no pressure. And it was stunning. But that's what we like to do. We like to do things that are a little out of the box or a little creative. Everybody knows T Swift just got engaged, and you saw
Congrats,
you
T.
saw that
Swift.
big garden and all of
you
that,
do
and
that?
it's so funny. I wish. I actually, when I saw the price for it, everybody that I know was just shell shocked by the sticker price.
What was it?
$38,000 for her
that's
florals.
not-
But that was just that one photo you saw of that, that arch piece and things like that. So $38,000.
That's what you're spending on your wedding,
And-
right?
I mean, if I was proposing to a billionaire, I would spend a little bit of money on it. Yeah.
The ROI.
Yeah, I think it's just the crazy thing that even me sometimes, I mean, I get our invoices when I see it.
Sure.
Flowers are not
flowers are
inexpensive.
not
And it's,
inexpensive.
when you get the grocery store ones, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you can get a dozen roses for $8, but
Right.
I'm not hating on it, but you get what
They're
you pay
gonna-
for. They're going to die. They're not going to
Absolutely.
last. They've probably been in a truck for 3 weeks. You just don't know. So,
Yep.
but flowers are not
No.
cheap. And
No.
with the way the world has been going with weather events, the craziest things happen. A lot of the flowers that come up to Wisconsin that are outsourced come from South America.
Okay.
They have had fires and floods and everything that you could imagine down there. And when the California wildfires, I can't talk today, rip through, and Florida, when they get hurricanes, that devastates the flower
I
market
bet.
too. So,
What do you do when you have what do you do when that happens? So let's just say you have a big old wedding this coming weekend and you need something and you don't have it. Has that happened?
Yes. So actually, that was a great question. It actually happens more often than not. Again, this is where the MacGyvering comes in. The beauty about Mother Nature is nothing looks alike, but there are similarities.
Sure.
So there's flowers called ranunculus. It's kind of a fancy version of a rose. Well,
Do we have one of those today?
we do.
Okay.
In the front bouquet, they're the orange. I wonder if I have one in here.
Oh, is it that? It's that one kind of in the middle there. Is it in the middle? No, I see it. It's right
very
over there.
frilly and very
Yep.
dainty and
Yeah,
pretty.
where I could see that like kind of covering for a rose.
We can
right?
substitute out for
Okay.
a rose. Roses, there are hundreds of varieties of roses where
Okay.
the average, we are our own worst critics when we create these arrangements, and the average person doesn't know. But the one thing that just the world, when it doesn't work well, it's blue. If you think about when you're out in nature, how often do you
yeah.
see blue?
Good point.
It's a very rare color. So for flowers, there's two that we work with, three. We have a blue thistle, Tweedia, or delphinium. And delphinium is a long, beautiful,
I've
it almost
seen
looks like
those.
bluebells. When those don't come in and we're planning on having blue, then we go into a
little bit more of a
Hail Mary. We're in a
panic
little bit
mode.
of a panic, but we always make it work, and things
Yeah.
always look beautiful. It's art. At the end of the day, I tell everybody it's art.
It is art.
It
And I'm
always
sure it
works
does
out.
look beautiful. And I love that branching out is so creative. And I feel like here in the Fox Cities, we need you. We need, there's so many of and again, there's a place for everybody.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with your roses and, carnations and baby's breath and all of that. That's great. It's just that we've seen it before so many times. And
Yes.
you're doing something, in my opinion, just so creative and different. And I love that. And I love that, like, for somebody like myself, I always get like these visions in my head, but I could never call you and be like, unless I like studied a flower book before I made that phone call.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I would like 2 of these and mix in 2 of these and then I wouldn't know. I don't know the terminology.
It'll be a total of 67 stems.
Yeah, exactly. So I would just be like, here's my vision, or here's my colors that I want.
Yep.
Or like you said, like Bridgerton theme or whatever, and now you run with it. That's what I like that. I like to just be able to be like, here's my vision, but I want somebody else to execute it.
Yeah.
Right?
You're going to hear all my isms today. Let's see. You heard that it started with the mouse. You heard the circus liven. Another one that has been another life motto. And I have tattoos, so if I started tattooing these, I feel like I'd have a novel on me. One of my favorite ones too is I can't reinvent the wheel, but I sure as heck can spin it better. So that's also something.
Wow, write that down.
Yes, that one's probably one of my favorites. That one I should actually like.
We're gonna.
copyright, but
You
that is
really
that is one of
should,
my
Kelly.
things. I can't reinvent the wheel. A lot of what's been done has been done, and if it hasn't, then
Sure.
I would have been a scientist with a million patents.
Right.
In life. But that is something that we try to do. Is we can't reinvent the wheel, but we
Right.
spin it better. Bridal, for example, you can send me every Pinterest photo under the sun, and I will just look at you and say, I get what you want. I get the colors. I get it. But trust me, we will make this look better. And I know you can't see it, but trust me, we will make it look better.
I love that.
So far, we've been doing pretty good.
I love that. But I also love, and this goes back to just talking about business in general. And
Yeah.
we talk about this a lot. I've got, a team and agents on my team and things. And we talk a lot about, going into somebody's property and talking to them about selling their house or buying a new house and just having that level of confidence, right?
Yep.
And it's not going to be for everybody. Your pricing isn't going to be for everybody. Your confidence might not be for everybody. There might be that person that's like, you know what? I want to tell you exactly what I want, and that's what I want. And I'm sure you would accommodate. I'm just saying,
Absolutely.
overall, there's no one size fits all in any business is
No.
what I have had to learn the very hard way because I'm a people pleaser by nature over the years. But I love your confidence because to me, like, that would make me feel so reassured, right? Like going into it, just having somebody be like, listen, we got this. We're going to make this even better than what you're showing us here. We've got this, right? And now it's like, cool, I'm paying you to do this service. I've handed it off to you. I'm on to the next thing that I got to think about, right?
Exactly.
I love that. And so that level of confidence in whatever kind of business you have, I think is really important.
It's so, I mean, it's super important. It is. It's kind of your own motivator. It also drives you to do better.
Yeah.
And it's, I stand behind the staff that we have at Branching Out and Company. Have we ever messed up an arrangement or not gotten something 100% to a customer's, needs and wants? Absolutely.
Sure.
That if anybody says they didn't, but you know
right.
what? We fix it and then we absolutely make it even better
Sure.
than you can imagine.
Right.
But it is. I think that confidence level is really what you need to succeed. And it's having that drive. And that's something I try to instill in our team across the board. It's it's not a fake it till you make it. It's you got it, you can make it. Just do it.
Exactly.
Just keep
Just
moving
do
forward.
it.
Just keep
doing it, right? Don't be scared. Just do it.
Yeah, put the pedals to the metal.
Wow, Nick. The pedals. Oh my gosh. We're just really... We are we're going to go on tour after this, a little comedy tour.
I'm here for it.
So tell us about, I want to know about like a big hurdle or a big obstacle that you feel like branching out has overcome.
Yeah, I think the biggest, now the Branching Out under us, when we initially brought them in, this company that was just, surviving with its old owner, now we take them. And not one of us there knew a darn thing about flowers. It's actually funny from the Van Zeeland side. People ask me plants. I'm like, this is why we have the staff we do. I am not the plant lady. I will kill them. Don't ask me. I know a few things. Again, got it from osmosis, but
sure.
You get it in time. But the biggest hurdle from branching out was us bringing in a company that we knew absolutely nothing really about going into it, minus how to run a business and pay taxes and do your back end logistics. So the biggest hurdle was bringing them in and holding true to what they were and continuing to keep that as how they are.
Sure.
But also, again, they invented some wheels. So now I'm here. How do I spin them better?
Kelly's going to spin them a little bit better.
So the biggest hurdle was really trying to learn them, figure out how this works. Even myself, I do the floral as well. Really, really immersing myself in that business and then figuring out, okay, I got the A's and the B's.
Sure.
How do we get to X, Y, Z? What can we do to grow?
Right.
What can we? So that I think that was a huge hurdle, and just again, keeping the quality there, keeping everything there, growing new accounts. Trying to hold on to the old accounts. It's silly a business moved not even half a mile away from its old location, and people are like, I don't want to drive that far.
Yeah.
Like, how do you keep,
right.
how do you keep
this is not a problem.
And this was pre-road construction. So how do you keep that? And then I also think the biggest hurdle I think a lot of businesses in the Valley are struggling with, it is road construction.
Agreed.
We're right off of the Northland exit. So even from the Van Zeeland and the branching outside, I mean, we were bracing for impact, and I will say we were not affected. We were a slight bit, but not in any way, shape, or form how we were expecting. And that is such a testament to our customers. Shout out to all of you who continue to support for both sides of the company. The owner and I had a really good, Dave and I had a really good conversation about it. And he made such a valid point, and it was such an aha moment. He goes, I think our only saving grace this year is the fact that there's road construction everywhere, so we're all kind of numb to it. So if it takes me an extra half an hour to get here, what does it matter? Because I can go 2 blocks the other way and it'll still take me an extra half hour. So road construction was a hurdle, and you know what, it was just we had to wait it out. Part of the Northland exit's open, at least the overpass is open as well,
right?
So we're hoping that helps.
Isn't it great though when you brace for something like that? Because we've had many a storm in the past 13 years that I've been doing the real estate market. I'm not sure if you know this, but it's volatile. It goes up and down and all over the
left, right, sideways, spin on its head.
All of it. And wow, if there's a couple things I'm good at, worry. I'm so good at worrying. I could have like a master's degree in worry and panic too at times. And you know, I've learned over the years that like
It is what it is.
be prepared. You know, prepare as much as you can for something, but don't panic. It's all going to work out, right? It's all going to work out.
I actually say that all the time to our team. They get stressed out about little things, and I just come in cool, calm, and collected. I really hope they watch this. They'll get a good laugh. And I tell them, like, you guys, if you see me running, you run.
Sure.
If you see me ducking, you duck.
Right.
If I'm not running, you don't run instead.
Yeah, right.
And even though inside I might be like,
you're like, well, I'm
world
running
is
on the
ending.
inside today.
the world is ending. But it's like, no, we got this. It's good.
But that's where you've developed all those amazing leadership skills.
It just, I don't know how. I don't know how.
Some people I think are honestly more born with it, truly.
And life experience, I think.
And then the experience, and it all just comes together.
It all just works.
Yeah, that's
somehow.
so amazing. Oh my gosh. So so obviously like we know, well, let me ask you one other thing before we get to where can we get all this amazing, I mean, we know where we can get it, but like, you know, I want to promote the website and everything. But before we talk about that, where do you guys want to be like in the next couple of years? Do you have some big plans?
Yeah, I mean that's always something to think about. And it's very interesting because now branching out, even though it is kind of its own entity, it's not.
Sure.
So it's with Van Zeeland. So it's kind of how do the parallels of that grow and go. Van Zeeland is growing and expanding at a rapid rate, which is again a blessing. Where you know again we're in a world we just don't know what tomorrow is going to bring.
Sure.
So to be a part of a company that is scaling and growing is just amazing, and to be along for the ride and be a part of the scale and the growth is super cool.
That's amazing.
So you know Van Zeeland, it's a joke. We just moved. We moved to the new site in Appleton from Little Chute, and we went from a few acres to 18, and
it looks kind of beautiful.
Thank you. We put in the playground. You know, we have a coffee shop. It's accessible for everybody. Just come walk, hang out, enjoy the outdoor space. But it's one of those things, you know, when you move into a new house, you buy a house because it's bigger, and then you start moving just your little bit of stuff in, and you're like,
oh,
I'm out of room. How am I out of room?
How did this happen?
I feel like that's how we're starting to get. So you know, it's one of those things. Possibly a site too. I know the owner right now is gonna be like, oh my god, but really, in probably 5 years, we might be looking at having a second space.
Sure.
With branching out. If branching out continues to regrow and scale, we might be out on our own in our own free store at some point, which would be amazing. You know, we have retail products as well. So I would love to see that in its own.
Well, right. You talked about your coffee too, right?
Yeah. So we have a cafe. We call it a coffee bar. So we have a coffee bar right inside of Van Zeeland, and we actually have our own line of coffee, which is made from your neighbors right back here from New Morning Roasters. But we got to pick out the blend of everything. So we call it our BOCO blend, our botanical blend. So it's amazing. Cool. It's just a medium-bodied roast of coffee, which is super cool. So that's actually what we serve right inside. When you come in, you actually get that coffee when you get something from our coffee bar.
That is so neat. Yes, I can totally envision like a cool like retail space though, very like moody and vibey, and the coffee, and you know,
Maybe you can sell us our building.
See?
It all works.
I'm on this.
No, but I do. I would love to see that grow and expand. I would love to see our weddings. Our weddings are definitely starting, you know, to pick up traction since the move, and I would love to see that expand. And really, one of our niches that we just love, we love doing corporate events and special events. Okay. So, I mean, that is something I would love to be doing feasibly everybody's Christmas party and sending out flowers for anniversaries and things like that. Yeah. Like for work anniversaries, that is some area too that we are really trying to grow and expand as well.
That is really, that's fantastic. I do have one other question. I want to know, and you don't have to name names or anything, but what do you think is like the biggest event you guys have done so far? Like the most like flowers and just cool stuff everywhere.
So I can tell you our largest wedding that we have ever done is actually coming up in 2 weekends.
Ooh,
I can't say names, but it is for an MLB player.
Ooh.
And it is a monster of a wedding that I actually had to rent two. I call them the Miss Frizzle Magic School Bus, like 15 passenger vans, because there are so many table arrangements. They're going to get strapped into their own seats.
They're going to have their own seats.
They're going to have their own seats.
I love this.
I've actually had to do that for one wedding before, and our employee who was riding with me looked at me and she goes, "You literally look like Miss Frizzle driving the Magic School Bus." When you looked behind me, it was just identical flower arrangements bopping on their seats, and it was the funniest thing. Again, MacGyver, you got to transport how you can.
You gotta do.
But we have our largest wedding coming up, and it is going to be stunning. There is a ground arbor that is a huge half circle that's going to be about this high, and it's all going to be custom built. So there's table arrangements like you wouldn't believe, just flowers everywhere. That's probably our largest there.
Wow.
We've done some pretty large corporate events as well. One of them was vegetable themed for a veggie garden.
That's kind of cool. What
Yeah.
did you do with that?
So that one, in the bowls, we did wooden bowls, and we actually had the organic carrots, the full stalk carrots, and so the greenery was draping out of the bowl, and tomatoes and all this fun stuff. That was a really cool event that we got to do. Yeah, we do so many.
I love that.
Different things. Again, the different and like there is nothing weird. I mean, to us, nothing. Don't get me wrong. There might be a few things, but you're like.
You're like, okay.
Cool. Yeah, this is kind of cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I love this.
There's no event too big or too small. We've done events at the PAC. Nothing is too big or too small. We will always make it work. If I have to rent a semi to get stuff to you, I will do so.
She's gonna do it.
I will drive the semi myself.
You've got the spirit of like nothing is not doable. I love that.
We just did a celebration of life last weekend, and if they're watching, they'll probably get a kick out of this. And we made the containers too large to fit in any of our vehicles. And again, good thing we have a landscape company. I looked at our site and maintenance specialist and said, "I need you to drive one of our landscape trucks up the road." And he looked at me and was like, "What?" I go, "I need to put these flower urns in there." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "We'll make it work." Not one flower broke, not one blew out. And the whole time we're driving there, I'm like, "Oh my Lord, this is going to be disastrous." And it was amazing. And it came out totally good.
That is so great.
Just
Pivot.
like we're dropping off a dump truck of flowers today.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Kelly, you're just like employee of the year over here. For real.
It must be the name.
Right? Exactly.
Nick's like, "Are we done yet? Are we done?" You got double trouble with the Kellys today.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this has been amazing. So obviously we know where the physical location is. We talked about that. Where's the best place to go online to order all of this beautiful stuff?
Yeah, so the website is just www.branchingoutandcompany.com.
Do you spell out company?
You can do and company or and co.
Oh,
It'll
either way.
redirect you either way.
Okay.
You can go right on our Facebook as well. There's a direct link there. Our Instagram has a direct link over. Even on our Van Zeeland Nursery and Landscape page, there is a default to switch you over to Branching Out and Company as well.
Okay.
You can always give us a call too, because a lot of our orders are custom, or you might have questions or extra details that you won't be able to enter online. And that telephone number is 920-202-3290.
Awesome. And we'll put that all in our newsletter too.
Perfect. I hope I said it slow enough. I know I'm a Wisconsin girl and I talk fast.
That was good. You did great.
Said it slow enough. So you can go on either of those or just stop in and see us.
Sure.
For any bridal as well, right on the Branching Out page, there is an inquiry form for bridal. If there are special events, either on the Branching Out or Van Zeeland page, I get all those emails. So they come directly to me, so I can filter through those and see those as well. So we do custom classes, special events. We will come to you for a class, flower building,
That
whatever
would
you
be
need.
fun. See, and then I could actually learn some of the names.
You could. I walk you through it. And
44 years old, and I should probably know a couple flowers.
I absolutely love doing those classes because I literally walk you through so slow, step by step, and I could have 12 ladies there with me, and by the time we're done, not one arrangement looks like mine. And I don't know if it's the wine we have halfway through or what it is, but it is amazing, and it is such a good time. It's a good team bonding activity, actually. We make it a lot of fun.
That's really fun. And Nick, you could do it, and then you take it home to your lovely, soon-to-be wife.
Yeah.
Did you
book a florist?
This would be fun.
We are buying our flowers from Costco.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not hating on that because actually they are price efficient.
Yeah, that was where we decided to cut costs.
We gotta,
Yeah.
everybody's got to make some choices, right?
Everybody has their thing. But do you know what? I'm proud of you because real flowers photograph so much better.
Yeah.
You can tell in a photo real versus synthetic. So I'm proud.
My fiance's grandmother used to work for a florist way back in the day, so she's gonna be doing all the arrangements and stuff.
That's cool.
I love
That is
that.
Gotta
really cool.
figure out how we're storing and transporting. So that's our main issue. At the
Sure.
moment.
If you want the flowers to be really big and lush and beautiful, keep them out in the heat.
In the heat.
Not in the heat, but just outside. So even
Really?
these sitting at room temp will cause roses, especially. You'll start to see it just bloom. It just pops open. We call it they blow open, is what we say. So if you keep it out in room temperature or warmer, you're going to see your flowers start to open more.
Interesting.
And then flowers, typically, you're going to want to keep it at refrigerator temp. So anything you can keep cold would be great. So her bouquet especially, you're going to want it a little more tight. But even the night before, if you take it out, if you want some of those flowers to really open up, that's the best way to do it.
So refrigerate until you're ready for it to
To be out, yep.
To be out, and then let it out and let it blow open.
Let it blow open.
I love
anything
it.
that needs to bloom and really come alive will blow open. Peonies are probably the
love
best example. A
peonies.
peony out in room temperature for an hour or two will go from tight to zhoosh, they open. So we keep those as cold as humanly possible, even working with bridal bouquets and things. And we tell them, hey,
Sure.
we'll take it out of the fridge for you in the morning just to give that beautiful effect, but where it's not huge and overtaking.
Tell me, is there so you're gonna laugh at this. I think this is, and every week we bring up our mom. He's my brother, by the way.
Hi, Mom.
He works here with me, obviously. He didn't just show up today out of the blue.
I'm here for it. It's good.
So in any case, Mom, as a kid, I remember when I was a kid, she would take roses and run them underwater while cutting them like at an angle is what I was always taught. And then get them into the vase as quick. So like if the stem was too long, Nick,
Yeah, no, this sounds like a thing Mom would do.
to cut them down to like fit into a vase better and look, the right size or whatever, right? So she would run them underwater, cut them at an angle, and then get it into the vase as fast as possible so that they didn't die. Is that a thing?
Yes and no.
Okay, you can just say no. That's
Yes and
fine.
no. So is it a thing you have to do? No.
Okay.
Is it a thing you can do? Sure.
She said if you want to, you can.
It is one of those things you'll even see. You'll see it when we get in our flowers. We get them in typically on Mondays. We do a system called processing. So what we do is we take them and we have a big paper cutter essentially attached to a garbage can, and we lop the ends off, just to get that kind of dead bottom part off.
Yep.
And they're cut perfectly straight.
Okay.
So there is no angle.
We don't
to
need
those,
to angle them.
and they sit in a bucket. Now, when we cut them to go into our vases, sometimes we cut them at an angle.
Okay.
Sometimes we don't.
Sure.
Is it life essential? No. It just helps. It helps the flower itself absorb. So it'll help it absorb the flower, or the flower food if there's any in there. Which any of our arrangements too, we put a little sprinkle of the flower food in there to help. Yep.
Okay.
And you don't want to overdo it. And not every flower needs it. And some flowers it might kill off faster.
Really?
Tulips hate flower food. Don't ever put tulips in flower food.
Oh, good. This is good to know. Do not put flower food with your tulips.
And tulips. Yep. But the majority of flowers do well. And again, you can see how the vases are cold. We keep them cold in the refrigerator until they need to be out, and that really helps them.
And then if they're just sitting out and the water gets to be room temp, that's okay?
Room temp water is great. The one thing you want to avoid, say you get an arrangement from a grocery store and you're building your own at home, try to keep your leaves out of your water. It will cause your water to get moldy and rot your flowers
This
faster.
is good to know.
All the fun
Is that
little
where it
things.
gets kind of stinky too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
'Cause
Clean
I've had
your
that.
water.
How often should we change our flower water?
That's up to you. I would say once you get the arrangement and it's fresh from us, because we can vouch
Of
for
course,
this. It is fresh water in there. So once you get your arrangement, you're good for a while. I would say once a week is sufficient. Dump it out and give it some fresh stuff.
Sure.
But if you start to see it getting a little gunky, absolutely.
Okay.
But I think people forget flowers are living things too. So you think about your goldfish. You wouldn't let a goldfish swim around in a dirty tank all the time.
He's the father of a goldfish.
Yeah,
A very important
I
goldfish.
clean the tank at least once every 2 weeks. weeks, sometimes once a week.
See, and that's exactly how you should take care of your flowers. It's the same thing. That is a compliment we get all the time is our flowers last so long. And I'm like, we take care of them before we give them to you.
Sure.
Continue it.
Then you
These
have
flowers
to continue
last
that.
weeks. Yeah.
This is so great to know. We have learned so much today. We have learned some amazing sayings. We have learned how to actually care for flowers. We have learned where to get all of our flowers. I mean, this is great.
Yeah.
This has been great. Thank you so much, Kellie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like, beautifying our podcast too. It's amazing.
Love that.
All right, well now we're going to talk about some weekend events.
Woo!
Let's see what's happening this weekend in the 920.
Let's see what's happening this weekend at 920.
Uh-huh. All right. That's what usually happens there. Okay. So, let's see. It is already the first weekend in October, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy to me.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Okay, so I think this is going to be a big one. I'm going to start this off, okay, Nick? Because this seems right up my alley.
You can take the big one.
Okay. A la carte. And the carte is...
The way that it's written, I read it as cartel.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's an exclamation point
Yeah.
at the end. But a la carte and the art part of cart. That was a lot of rhyming words, by the way. The art part of cart is all in caps. So we're emphasizing the art, okay? So it's a la carte, but it's emphasizing art. Fox City's PAC. Surprise, surprise. We all know where the PAC is, right? Downtown College Ave. A la carte explores the center's behind the scenes. Stop right now. See, I have to do this. Every week I read these events and I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do it.
Yeah.
And I actually do a lot of them. I really actually do. So this is behind the
more.
scenes spaces. You know that this is like I die for this stuff. I love
that
everything with
stuff.
theater and all of it. Okay. Used by favorite artists and Broadway performers with a diverse range of live arts experiences in backstage spaces, including the loading dock, dressing rooms, and Thrivent Hall's impressive stage that will allow attendees to groove to live music, visual performances, and more, including Fox Valley Symphony. They're going to be doing a performance of pop music on the loading dock, featured VIP performer Dan Rodriguez, and the Cornerstone Jazz Orchestra's big band jazz music stylings that invite you to dance along on the Thrivent Hall stage. That's so cool. Taste complimentary sweet and savory bites, as well as opportunities to order from partner food trucks. Again, food trucks I'm in, including return fan favorite Meow Meow Sushi.
Wow.
That's so cute. Meow
Have you ever
Meow
had them?
Sushi. No, have
It's
you?
phenomenal. Yeah.
It sounds really
It's
good.
so cute. Their food truck is so cute.
That's adorable. I know. Create and become part of the art through interactive options, including Broadway karaoke. This is like, did somebody make this event for me?
Somebody needs to find Kellie on Friday
Somebody
night.
make this event for me. Broadway karaoke with Soundfire DJ, a raffle to win a $1,000 travel voucher from Appleton Airport, and a spin it to win it activity with a wide variety of prizes. While at this fundraising event, this is a big fundraiser. Attendees can participate in a variety of ways to support the Fox Cities PAC. They're as much fun and engaging as they are meaningful and beneficial to the community. Admission, call the ticket office, 920-730-3760. General admission is only $50 for all that. That doesn't seem bad.
No.
Includes live performances from multiple performing artists, the complimentary light bites and signature mocktails, complimentary drink ticket for the libation of choice, chance to take home prizes through the on-site fundraising engagements, and access to local food trucks. Oh, there's also a premium admission, ticket for $150. So you get general admission plus the open bar wristband, or VIP $250, which is typically the way that I like to go. Includes premium ticket plus early access to 5:30 p.m. VIP kickoff on stage in the Thrivent Hall, featuring an exclusive performance by Dan Rodriguez. That is,
Wow.
That is such a cool event.
isn't that amazing?
Yes.
So all of that is happening this Friday. The main event starts at 6:30. VIP starts at 5:30. We just learned.
Golly.
A la carte at the Fox Cities PAC. Very, very cool. Nick, what do you have?
Okay, so I have creepy crawlies.
I'll be there.
You're gonna be there?
I'm on the
Really?
board of directors at Heckrod.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I run our events committee at Heckrod.
It is
Yeah.
Of course you do. Why did we, for 1 second, not think that Kelly wouldn't be at one of these weekend events?
I think she was saying that she's going to spend her December opening up a toy store as well because she's not busy enough.
Actually, we will have a float in the Appleton Christmas Parade that will look like a toy train with our golf carts.
Well, oh my gosh. I love it.
And you thought that was going to be a joke.
She's like, well,
sir.
Hey, the best humor always has a hint of truth.
Oh, there we go.
We do have our Holiday Palooza event, too.
So,
Gosh, it never ends. I love it.
Creepy Crawlies is Friday and Saturday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Heckrad Wetland Preserve.
Okay.
That's 1305 Plank Road, Menasha.
Okay.
Trails will be transformed for the occasion with festivities for all ages, including a horse-pulled wagon ride, live owls and other creatures of the night. That's awesome. A torchlit Creatures of the Night hike. Ooh. Our spooky haunted trail, the Little Spooks Trail, and it's the perfect way to explore the wetlands and get into the Halloween spirit. Admission is $12 per person, and children 2 and under are free.
I'm taking the kids on Saturday.
It is a really cool event.
I mean,
so fun.
I haven't I'm planning this right now as I'm reading this because this is so cool.
It's kind of your I like to say I love the time of year because the weather's still typically pretty good. Like we have a really good time.
It's supposed to be great.
And it's supposed to be so warm.
Yes.
And it's kind of your pre-Halloween before you fully get into Halloween and fall. It's kind of like a good kickoff to it. Being out on the trails. Yeah, it's a cool event.
I love it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Very, very cool. All right, well, that's where I'm going to be Saturday night. So it's Friday and Saturday night at Heckrot. Okay.
Yep.
Next, focus on the fox, paper making. So this is Saturday from 12:30 until 2:30 at Thousand Islands. Everybody's just getting into the fun this weekend.
Yeah. Wow.
The Fox River and the innovations of local companies are what made our area the Paper Valley and helped build our community. Celebrate this incredible legacy of the Fox with a hands-on paper-making experience. Participants will make a piece of artistic recycled paper and learn more about the history of papermaking in the Kaukauna area. Pre-registration is appreciated but not required. Stop by anytime during the program hours. So again, that is on Saturday from 12:30 to 2:30 at 1000 Islands. And admission is free.
Whoa.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yep. And this one looks cool too, Nick.
Yeah.
You get the last one.
Another one for spooky season. We have Paranormal October Series, Supernatural Lake Superior, Saturday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. at the Neenah Public Library, 240 East Wisconsin Avenue in Neenah. Join Chad Lewis for a unique presentation of the wildly supernatural phenomenon of Lake Superior.
Oh,
His
who knew?
book, Supernatural Lake Superior, was released in July of 2025, so it's quite
Very new.
Lewis has captivated Neenah residents for many years, and this time will be no different. Will you remain in your seat or turn and run out the door from fear?
TBD.
Join us this spooky season for tales of the supernatural surrounding the largest freshwater lake in the world, Lake Superior. Chad Lewis is a researcher, author, and lecturer on topics of the strange and unusual. Lewis holds degree work in the psychology field, but for nearly 30 years he has traveled the globe in search of unique and bizarre stories in history.
Very cool.
Admission is free.
Admission is free.
Love the library.
You know, there's just always, we do these every week because there's always so many cool things happening in the 920. And clearly we don't cover them all. I mean, we can't, but we try to pick out a handful of really cool things every week. And just hope everybody gets out and enjoys this great area. It really is a great area. And the weather is going to be fantastic.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yes.
I think it's also the last week of the Appleton Farmers Market.
I think you're
Is
right.
it?
I think it might be. Or
Yeah.
it's coming.
Because I was originally on the schedule
That's
for
right.
it.
It's
I
coming to
remember
a
this.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming to a close.
That's such a bummer. It's one of those weird teases where I feel like we still feel like it's summer because it's so warm, but then
it's
you're
so
like,
great.
oh, it's October. And
I know.
It's
It's
October.
weird. It's October.
It's October this week.
But we'll
What?
take it, right? We'll take
Yeah.
it. We'll take the warm months for as long as we can. All right. Well, everybody, we hope you have a wonderful weekend. Get out and enjoy it. Thank you again so much, Kelly, for talking all about Van Zeeland's and branching out. And I can't wait to call and place my orders.
Yay. Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Thank
amazing.
you. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To contact the Kelly Davies Homes team for all of your buying and selling needs, call 920-791-99 9047. Find us on Facebook at the Kellie Davies Homes Team or go to kellydavieshomes.com.